Is Jayson Tatum a superstar? With Tatum's recent play in this previous year's NBA Finals, some are bringing the question on whether Tatum is a legitimate superstar at this point or not. But quickly, before we get the video started, for those of you who may not know, I'm Juicy Sports, I make opinionative NBA content, and if you guys enjoy videos similar to this, hit that subscribe button, that like button, and that post notification bell. I also want to quickly mention that I recently started up an MMA channel, and if you guys are interested in that, the link will be in the description. But anyways, let's get into it. Jayson Tatum was drafted with the number 3 overall selection in the 2017 NBA draft by the Boston Celtics. And pretty early on into his rookie season, it was pretty clear that Tatum was a special talent. As in his rookie year, he averaged 14 points per game on 47% shooting from the field, 5 rebounds per game on 1.6 assists. And while those numbers don't necessarily blow you away, when you actually watch Jayson out there, it was pretty clear that this guy was an absolute wizard offensively. The amount of different skills that he had offensively and the amount of different ways he was capable of scoring the basketball from all 3 levels was just seen as incredible. And the level of confidence that he had at the NBA level was just astonishing to watch. And from that point on, Jayson just continuously got better each and every season, which is exactly what you want to see from your star player. Because what that tells you is not only was Jayson Tatum extremely talented in order to play as well as he did in his rookie year, he also had a phenomenal work ethic to continuously improve his game each and every year. And I would say he continued to improve his game up until around the 2019 season, where he basically got to the point where he's at today. Now, obviously between 2019 and this previous year, Tatum has certainly improved certain aspects of his game significantly, but I would say overall in 2019 is basically where Jayson Tatum got to the level of player that he's at today. And at this point, it's pretty clear that Jayson Tatum is at the very least a high-level all-star type guy. But now, let's break down Jayson Tatum's game to really describe why he's been such a great player so far. So starting with Tatum's 3-point jump shot, this is definitely one of the better abilities of his game, as he has the ability to hit a catch and shoot 3-point jump shot, as well as sidestep and step back. He has a nice crossover into a 3-point shot, a nice pull up. Basically from that 3-point range, Tatum can do anything from out there. And the best thing about it is not only is Jayson able to do so many different things, he also shoots that 3 ball at a pretty high percentage. As his previous year, he did only shoot around 35% from deep, which I would say is okay, but when you consider that last year was Tatum's worst 3-point shooting season in his whole career, it's more so of a fluke in my opinion, more so than anything else. But moving on to Tatum's mid-range shooting ability, I would probably say that this is the best ability of his game, as Tatum also has all the abilities that he has from that 3-point range in his mid-range in terms of the catch and shoot, crossover, sidestep and step back, pull up even, but he also has a phenomenal post turnaround fadeaway, which is something that I do mention in some of my videos, but that post turnaround fadeaway shot really takes your game to the next level in my opinion, because it's a shot that's so difficult to defend if done correctly. And if you're able to hit that shot at a pretty high efficiency level, now you're talking about the next level of player. But now moving on to Tatum's driving and finishing ability, this is also a really nice ability of Tatum's game, as he definitely has the ability to posterize players at times with his above average athleticism alongside with his height and his wingspan, but he also has a really nice job to finish around players with crafty layups, either his left or right hand, which is definitely something that comes in handy. Now, besides his individual scoring ability, I would say Tatum has made strides in his passing and playmaking ability over the years, and I would say at this point, Tatum has a pretty good understanding of NBA offenses and definitely has a nice understanding on when to pass and when to score. And that's also definitely a very valuable skill for your star player to have, because if your star player could not only score for himself at a pretty high level, but also get his teammates involved, that just makes your offense that much more dynamic. And Tatum has done a really nice job over the years at really improving that aspect of his game. Now on the defensive side of the court, Tatum has also made a ton of strides in that as well. As his previous year, especially in the playoffs, Tatum has shown another level of defense that he was able to play. And the level of defense that he was able to play on Kevin Durant, especially in the first round of the playoffs, was just crazy crazy to watch and something that I didn't know Jayson Tatum was capable of. And overall at this point, I would say Tatum is a very well-rounded player. But now let's get into the question of the video, which is whether or not I personally think Jayson Tatum is a superstar player at this point or not. Now before we can determine whether or not I think Tatum is a superstar level player, first we have to define what a superstar is, because different people have different definitions for it. Some people say a superstar player is only the top of the top, and only guys like LeBron James, Steph Curry, Giannis, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Luka, only players like that fit into that superstar status. But other people expand their definition and include other players like Kyrie Irving, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Jimmy Butler, other players like that as well in that superstar status. So whether or not you think Jayson Tatum is a superstar or not would kind of determine what your definition of a superstar player does mean. Now in my opinion, I would definitely lean towards the second argument and incorporate a couple more players into that superstar status. So therefore, I definitely think Jayson Tatum is a superstar player in my opinion. But if in your opinion you lead more towards the first definition of a superstar type guy, it's obviously a lot closer on whether or not you think Tatum is a superstar player or not at this point. Because in my opinion, no matter what your definition of a superstar player is, I still think you can make the argument that Tatum is a superstar type guy at this point, but there's also at the same time an argument to be made that he's not a superstar at this point. And I would probably say the main two arguments that people who don't think Jayson Tatum is a superstar is a lack of sustained high level success that Tatum has shown, because obviously Tatum has been a really good player ever since he was drafted into the NBA, but I would say Tatum has only gotten to that very high level and potentially even in the conversation of a superstar type guy only in the past season or two. And some may use that against him, but also another argument that some could make is the play of Jayson Tatum in this previous year's finals. And the fact that he didn't play all that well in the finals is definitely being used against him, because some may say a true superstar type player wouldn't perform that poorly at the highest stage. Now, in my opinion, I definitely think those arguments do make sense, but as I said before, I have a different definition of a superstar type guy. So in my opinion, I definitely think Tatum is a superstar at this point, but at this point, it's kind of semantics. It doesn't really matter whether or not you consider Tatum as a superstar. The one thing that's pretty clear is Tatum is still an extremely young player that's consistently improving season after season. And in my opinion, the experience that Tatum did get in the playoffs as a whole last year, but especially in the finals, will help him improve his game season after season, and would especially help him in the playoffs going forward and in the finals going forward to have a better performance, assuming the Celtics do make it back there, which is something I could definitely see happening based upon how talented and how young the Celtics team is. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Jayson Tatum should be considered a superstar at this point, or do you not think so? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did enjoy it, check one of these two videos popping up now, and until the next time, peace out guys.